What's going on, everybody? So in today's video, I'm going to be going over how I make over $100 per day in passive income using 4 different strategies, both online and offline. And I'm going to show you exactly how I set these up, how you can set them up, and how you can scale them as well. So you're definitely going to want to watch all the way to the end of this video. And that being said, let's jump into it. To start with, and a little background on passive income, it was always my goal to make passive income, even if it was just, my first $10 per month, $100 per month, whatever it was. Because when I first graduated college, I was making, I think my first salary was $36,000 per year. And now with my passive income exceeding that by quite a bit, it's pretty amazing to see the power of passive income. Once you make that first dollar, that first $10, that first $100 per month, this whole world opens up and you can start to see just a ton of potential. You can really leverage your time. I mean, it's almost like someone else is just working for me and then I get money every single week. And we'll go into some of these passive income streams because some of them do require a little bit of maintenance and upkeep. But overall, it's almost like someone's just working for you and paying you every single month. And not only that, but most people think that you need like $5 million to start with to start making passive income, because then you just be able to purchase like a big apartment building or put it in some type of dividend stock and receive the dividends every single month or every single quarter. However, there's really 2 forms of passive income. One form requires a ton of money up front and then you just make, the 3, 4, 5, 10% per year, whatever it may be. However, the other form, and that's the form that I got started with, requires almost no money up front. I mean, it requires very little money up front. It just requires your time. It requires you to put in some effort to create these different passive income streams. And then once you get them, rocking and rolling, you can scale them up, and it doesn't require millions and millions of dollars. I got started with basically nothing and built my passive income to the point. Actually, it's almost at $200 per day, but for the sake of this video, we're going to do $100 per day. So passive income stream number 1 is my YouTube channel. And the way that works with a YouTube channel, and YouTube is constantly changing the algorithm, so maybe in a couple years it might be different. But as of now, you need 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers on your channel. And once you meet those requirements, you can turn on ad revenue. And I have multiple streams of income from my YouTube channel, but the ad revenue is the majority of the income. And that's at about $1,000 per month. And a couple tips on growing and monetizing your YouTube channel. So you want your channel to be around certain subjects. So mine is like real estate investing, personal finance, a little bit of marketing, topics around that. If I had videos on my channel about like walking a dog or travel videos, actually I have a few travel videos from a couple years ago, but generally speaking, you want people to come to your channel and basically binge watch your videos. So if they see a video on real estate investing, they might want to watch some other videos on real estate investing or some other videos on real estate marketing, and certain topics around that. You really want to be focused with your channel so that people watch multiple videos, and that's what playlists are for. If somebody's watching multiple videos of yours on your channel, that's obviously going to help your watch time, and the YouTube algorithm, it's also going to help YouTube promote your videos even more, because the biggest thing that YouTube cares about is people staying on their platform. So a lot of people say you should do like really short videos. However, as far as watch time and viewership goes, YouTube wants people staying as long as possible. And that's not to say to do like 5-hour-long YouTube videos just because it would be the longest amount of watch time. And I don't even know if that would actually work, because you'd have to keep someone engaged for that amount of time. And so nobody really does 5-hour videos, but look at what the top YouTubers do. Most of the time, the videos are, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, sometimes even 20 or even 30 minutes. So you should try to model some of the top YouTubers, and they don't even have to be your same subject or topic. You can incorporate different elements from different YouTubers when you're creating your own channel. I would also say just focus on improvement. When you put out your first YouTube video, it's probably going to be pretty bad. I know mine was terrible. You can actually search my channel by oldest videos. You can search anyone's channel by oldest, newest videos, most popular videos, and you can see how people have improved over time. So the biggest thing with YouTube is just improvement. Just get your first like 5, 10, 20 videos out there, and then you'll see where you can improve and get better with like sound quality, get better just on camera, have more engaging videos. There's so many ways to improve. A lot of YouTubers say you can't even really start YouTubing until you've made at least 100 videos, because after 100 videos, you pretty much know what you're doing, you're comfortable, and you know how to scale the YouTube channel. And the last tip I would give you about scaling and making passive income from your YouTube channel is make sure that your thumbnails and title are really, not necessarily clickbait, but that they're going to grab somebody's attention. I watch a lot of Daryl Eves. He's a big time YouTube, marketer. I mean, he works with Mr. Beast and a lot of these other guys, and he will spend so much time just on getting the click, just getting people to click on that video. So he really emphasizes, choosing the best thumbnail and getting it professionally done. I mean, there's this one real estate company in my area, and their YouTube channel, they have a YouTube channel, so I'm sure they're going to improve over the years. but like the titles of their videos are like real estate video 2018 Tuesday. Like it has the worst title. There's no thumbnail, and so the only people that are really going to watch those videos are maybe agents if they just stumble across it, just being in their own company. But no one's ever going to be searching for those terms. So overall, when you're getting monetized, just focus on one subject. It can be one or two similar subjects, but try to stay focused on your subject. You don't want gardening videos and then cat videos and then real estate videos. You want it to be focused. And number two, focus on the constant improvement. Don't necessarily worry about how your first 5 or 10 videos show up. Just focus on getting, a little bit better, that 1%, 2% better for each video. And then lastly, just put a big emphasis on titles and thumbnails and just look at what the top YouTubers do and then kind of model them. I'm sure if you looked at Mr. Beast's YouTube channel, you could get some good ideas for thumbnails, for titles, and then just modify it for your own subject. So the next source of passive income, and this is actually one of my largest sources of passive income, it's at about $1,500 to $2,000 per month, is self-publishing. So a little while ago, I self-published a book series for beginners on real estate investing, and there's some marketing books in there as well. And before you say, look, I can't publish a book, these are not 100,000 word books. These are not like novels. The books that I self-published were, beginner guides. In fact, one of my best-selling books that actually still might be a bestseller on Amazon to this day was about 10,000 words, and I wrote it in a week. And the thing about Amazon self-publishing, you really just need to format it in like a Microsoft Word document and then get a cover, and you can literally just publish it to Amazon. So if you wanted to get started with self-publishing, you could just publish, a beginner's guide to whatever your topic or series is. And some tips with that, you first want to see what type of books sell in your niche. So whatever niche it is, you want to see what types of books are popular. And then you want to base, your table of contents, your subject matter around, the best-selling books. You don't want to just like come up with some random book idea that no one's ever done before, because chances are it's not going to sell. And then similar to the YouTube videos where I did like kind of like a series of different but closely related YouTube videos, I did the same thing with self-publishing. So I published, a real estate investing book on how to find deals. And then I published them on just different niches of the real estate investing industry. So if someone, reads the book on how to find deals, they might want to read some of the other books. And I'll put the link below so you can check out the book series for yourself. And then my last tip for self-publishing, if you don't feel like you're an expert or you feel like you have nothing of value to give, which is okay, most people don't feel that way when they're first getting started, you can always hire a ghostwriter. There's plenty of affordable ghostwriting services, and then you can use a pen name. So you could just choose a topic that you're familiar with. Maybe you went to France one time. You can do top 21 things to do in France. Or there's a million different subjects out there. You just look at different topics that you're interested in, and then create like a beginner's guide or create like mistakes, don't do this, or some type of tips guide. And again, it could just be like 10,000 words for your first one, and eventually you might want to update it, or for your second book you could just improve on it, improve the quality, improve the length of the book. But there's a lot of potential with self-publishing, especially because you can do this for any industry. You can have your own business, and then you can sell the information on how to do that business. And it's a hugely profitable niche right there. And my third source of passive income, and this is actually the lowest of the 4 sources of passive income, but that's through affiliate marketing, which maybe you're familiar with, maybe you're not. But it's basically where you promote other people's products and services and then get paid a small like referral fee, commission fee, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes it's reoccurring every single month if it's like a software. Other times it might just be like $5, $10. But if you have enough traffic to your website or blog and you're promoting the right products, that can start to build up. I'm at about $100 per month with my affiliate marketing. However, it's growing. And the more videos I put out, the more people that subscribe to my email list, this could really be a large part of my passive income every single month. And for a couple of examples of the affiliate products that I promote, you can look in the description below, and I have like the top 5 affiliate programs that I promote. And they're pretty much all real estate investing related. So if someone's watching this in real estate and they're looking for a real estate investing website, I have the top website there. It's the website I use. I like it a lot. And I refer other people to it, and I get paid every single month for it. And the same is true with the software I use to find off-market deals nationwide. So if you're a real estate investor or a real estate agent and you're looking for the best software to find off-market deals, there's a link below to the website. It's called PropStream, or it's more like a website, not necessarily a software, but it helps me source leads that are off market from highly motivated sellers. And this tool is used by some of the top real estate investors nationwide, and can't recommend it enough. So I definitely recommend you check it out in the link below. And I believe they offer a free trial, so if you don't like it, you can always cancel. But that would be another example. And then I also promote a call answering service for real estate investors. Actually, it does other businesses as well, but it specializes in answering your leads for real estate investors, and then qualifying and screening the calls for you so that you don't have to take calls 24/7 from motivated sellers or potentially non-motivated sellers. So that service is called Pat Live, and the link is below as well. And it's a great product. All three of these are great, resources for real estate investors. And that's one thing to know about affiliate marketing. You can't just promote crap to your list. There's a million products I could promote as an affiliate. However, I only promote the products that I, use or have gotten great reviews about and great recommendations from. My fourth form of passive income is through rental properties. And I own 2 small multifamily apartment buildings, and they provide cash flow every single month. And the great thing about these buildings is that not only do they provide the cash flow, but there's also equity building in these properties. So it's almost like 2 forms of passive income, because I bought them in a very developing area, and prices, over the next 3 to 5 to 10 years will probably skyrocket, knock on wood. There's tons of different things that can happen, but this is in one of the least expensive parts of the city, and also one of the fastest growing parts of the city. And just over the last 6 months, the values of these properties have been shooting up. And I anticipate them to continually, increase at least for, the next 5 years. Now, one thing I would say about rental properties is that yes, there is maintenance involved. I have a kind of like a part-time property manager that handles, any repairs and things like that at the properties. But I would also try to go after multifamilies as opposed to single family rentals. And the reason for that is just economies of scale. If I have a 4-unit apartment building and one person doesn't pay their rent, I still have 3 other people paying the rent, covering the mortgage, and actually giving me a little bit of cash flow every single month. Now, obviously, it's better when all 4 people pay their rent, but if this was just like a studio condo, I used to have a studio condo that I rented out, and the tenant went several months without paying rent, so I was basically just covering the mortgage because she was the only person that was on the lease. So with rental properties, you should always try to go bigger and better, if you want to call it that. And you can just start with a duplex. You can maybe live in one side and rent the other side out. And there's a pretty well-known commercial real estate investor. His name's Michael Blanc. And he talks about something called the law of the first deal. And he says after you get your first multifamily building, which could be just a 2-unit, a 3-unit, or a 4-unit, within 3 years, you can retire from your job just based on the cash flow from these multifamily apartment buildings. So if you're looking to retire from your job just from, cash flow from multifamily apartment buildings, just try to get into multifamily. Just buy that first duplex, buy that 3-unit, buy that 4-unit, and then you'll see the possibilities. He says that what he sees with a lot of his students is they'll buy the first 2-unit, 3-unit, 4-unit, and then the next property they'll buy, usually within 6 months, will be at least double the size, and then double the size for the third one. So they might go from a 2-unit to a 4-unit to a 16-unit to a 32-unit. And then at that point, you really have it down, because just imagine raising the rent $10 a month on a 30 or a 50-unit building. The cash flow is going to be pretty good, so long as you purchase it correctly. And you'll start to be able to do deals nationwide. You can syndicate deals, and it just opens up a whole world of passive income. So those are the 4 ways that I make passive income through YouTube, publishing, affiliate marketing, and real estate. But there's also just 3 other ways I'm going to touch on, just in case you're interested in expanding your passive income, because these are all 3 pretty easy ways to get into passive income. And one of them would be Airbnb. And even if you don't own, different rental properties that you can do Airbnb with, you can always just rent out a room in your house, so long as you own the property, or you can work something out with the landlord. But there's a lot of potential for just renting out rooms in your house, or setting up an actual Airbnb property in the type of area where it could make a lot of money. And usually you'd want to get some type of property manager for that, but they have, property managers that specialize in Airbnb properties. Another form of passive income would be dividend stock investing. So you can start with just $10,000 and invest it in a dividend stock, and it would pay you out, monthly, quarterly, some pay yearly. But you can look online. There's plenty of dividend stocks. I believe Coca-Cola is one of them. So there's big name companies that offer dividends every single quarter or every single month. And obviously this strategy works better if you have $1 million to deploy. So most people don't have that. But it could still be a good way just to get, your first dollar, your first $5 of passive income. And a third source of passive income, and this one doesn't require a lot of money at all, is a website called Turo. And that's basically where you just rent out your car, similar to Airbnb, to different people that need to rent a car. And they make it very simple and easy to set up. You can actually go to their website and type in, your car's details and information, and it will actually tell you how much you could be projected to make in passive income every single month, given the age of your car and everything like that. And you don't need like a brand new Lamborghini to rent out. There's plenty of people that are just looking for like a used Toyota just, to drive around town or to go to the airport or whatever they're doing. Maybe they're just in town for a little bit. So you could use your own personal vehicle. And then some people actually lease cars from a dealership, sometimes nice cars, and then put them for rent on Turo and just have like a fleet of Turo rental cars. And you have to always check the lease agreements, and that's a whole nother video right there, but hey, that's another idea. So those are the exact strategies I use to make over $100 per day in passive income, as well as a few additional strategies that you can try out. And the great thing about passive income is that once you make that first dollar per month, it's going to open up this whole world to you where you can figure out how to make $10 per month, $100 per month, and on and on and on. Making passive income becomes addictive. It becomes almost like a game. In fact, I'm almost up to about $200 per day in passive income. I'll make a different video for that. But it's fun. It's exciting just to see how far you can build it, how far you can take it. And so if you're serious about creating passive income in your business, what I want you to do, I'll put a link below to a phone call. It'll be a 30-minute phone call, one-on-one with you and me. And I can give you more tips and more advice on creating these different passive income streams that we talked about. So if you're interested in that, I'll put the link below. It's only gonna be for a limited time because I might eventually just create a program as opposed to doing one-on-one phone calls, which can be, not really passive income. But either way, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye.